Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. We are all the way at the end of October. We have played 14 league games, and as you can see from the league table on the left hand side, we are all the way up into third place. We have only lost 2 games in the league since we last met. First up then, after the Cardiff game, was a match against Blackburn Rovers, and we destroyed them 3-0. Afonso Sousa with a goal after just 5 minutes. Neil Williams then gets one after 15 and then one in the second half on the hour mark. Darragh Lenihan gets himself sent off on the 78th minute, but it doesn't matter when you see the match stats. 27 shots, 13 on target, 65% possession. We destroyed them. And then in the EFL Cup second round against Premier League side Leicester City, we managed to go through 3-1. Neil Williams with a goal after 7 minutes. Joe Sparrow from the penalty spot on 35. Jason McCarthy also gets on the score sheet as well on 78. Foussini Diabate pulls one back for Leicester after they were 3-0 down, but it was too little too late, and we go in to the pot for the third round. Into September, and we pick up a solitary point against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Jean-Michel Seri with the goal for them from the penalty spot on 29 minutes. Neil Williams with the goal for us on 15. We didn't play very well, and we're actually very lucky to get anything out of this game. However, against Leeds, we played very well and were very unlucky not to get any more than 4 goals against them. It was a 4-1 victory in the end. Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwa-Elimbe, who needs to have a shorter name, opens the scoring on 12 minutes. Leeds pull one back through Tyler Roberts on 24, then Khalifa Diop scores on 30, all the way into the 81st minute, and then Afonso Sousa scores, closely followed by Jason McCarthy, a 4-1 victory, and a very, very good performance. Then up against Bristol, another good performance here. Joe Sparrow with a penalty and Callum Gribben with the goals for us in a 2-0 victory. And our first defeat in the league since the 11th of August. We lose 1-0 to Preston. They had 1 shot on target and scored it. Colin Quana with the only goal of the game. Joe Sparrow goes off injured as well. We weren't very good. We did have a lot of shots, a lot on target as well. We just didn't take our chances. EFL Cup third round time up against Premier League side West Ham. We do go out, unfortunately. It was 3-2. Nicolas Pepe with 2 goals. Declan Rice also with a goal. Charles Kwame and Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwa-Elimbe with the goals for us. It was a 3-2 defeat, and I think it's quite an unlucky defeat. We return back to winning ways against Sheffield United and Mr. Injury Time, Khalifa Diop, with 2 goals for us in the 45th plus 4 and 90th plus 5 minutes. Ryan Christie also scores an injury time as well in the 46th minute of the first half. And we got 7 yellow cards. 7. We also got a fine for it. Into October now, and we kicked off the month with a 2-2 draw against Ipswich, a match where we should have won it. Chema and Sean White with the goals for Ipswich, Callum Gribben and Sean Longstaff with the goals for us. Alfie Mawson gets himself sent off for Ipswich after just 35 minutes as well, which means that's when we probably should have actually capitalised on it. The second defeat in the league comes up against Huddersfield. It was a 2-1 defeat. Vincent Janssen with both the goals for Huddersfield, 1 on 29 minutes, 1 from the penalty spot in the 83rd. Neil Williams Neil Williams pulls a goal back for us on the 89th minute, but it wasn't enough to get us anything out of this game. Another disappointing result, this time up against Fleetwood. It was a 1-1 draw. Afonso Sousa with the goal for us. Noel Ennis with the goal for Fleetwood. We were the better side. Fleetwood, not a very good side for this league. And finally, the final game that we have played between episodes was up against Portsmouth. It was a 2-1 victory. We went 1-0 down after 14 minutes. Tommy Hopper with the goal. It's not Hopper, it's Hooper. Tommy Hooper with the goal. Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwa-Elimbe then scores his, I think, 3rd goal of the season after 16 minutes. Joe Sparrow then scores the winner just before half-time. Khalifa Diop also going off injured in this one. He is now injured for 4 to 5 weeks, I think. But would you look at that? We would be top of the table if Bristol City and Burnley weren't the best football teams in the world. For some reason, they're not losing any games. Southampton also, they've only lost 1 game. Derby have only lost 2 games. We've lost 3 games. We've drawn 4, which isn't great, but we're sat 3rd in the table after 14 matches, which I'm pretty happy with. Khalifa Diop is out for 4 to 5 weeks with a groin strain, but look at the season stats down the bottom there. He's started 7 games, scored 6 goals, 3 assists as well. 2 goals and an assist in 1 start in the Carabao Cup. Khalifa Diop is already having a much better season this time around, but he played 14 games last season? 17, scored 1 with 1 assist. He's played 12, scored 6 and 3 assists. He's a much better footballer all of a sudden. Just in case you're interested, Neil Williams as well. He's got 6 goals in 8 starts and 3 off the bench. He's also got 1 goal in the Carabao Cup as well. So we do have 2 strikers firing on all cylinders at the moment, although one of them is now out injured for over a month. 2 matches today then. The first one is going to be up against Middlesbrough, and the second one will be up against our local rivals Derby County, who are managed by Emma Hayes. Match number 1 then of the episode. It is 3rd versus 4th. I didn't realise this until now, so this is quite an important game. If we win, we're not going to move any higher because we will only be put onto 28 points, so we'll still be technically at least 1 point behind Burnley. If we lose, we could possibly drop down to 8th. It's unlikely we're going to go any lower than 8th because if Brentford win, they still need to swing a 10-goal difference around. The starting lineup we are going to go for then. We're scrolled a little bit too far down. There you go. Curtis Anderson will be the goalkeeper. Jason McCarthy, Dean, Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwa-Elimbe, and Melvin Bard. He needs to change his name. Right, we're just going to call him Pierre-Elimbe. I think that might be easier. Back to the starting lineup then. Oliver Skipp will be in central midfield with Sam Reaney, who is one of those youngsters who I said might get a few games. He's getting one today, partially because Jonas David is a little bit tired. Joe Sparrow, Callum Gribben and Afonso Sousa will be just behind Neil Williams. This is quite an important game for us, I think. If we can get something out of this, and Pierre-Elimbe is there with the first effort on target, it's actually just over the bar. Yeah, if we can get something out of this game, let's pause it very quickly, sort that out. We should hopefully open up a little bit of a gap between us and 4th, 5th and 6th if results go our way. Free kick for Middlesbrough. Wood is there. Anderson cannot save it and we're 1-0 down. Nathan Wood is there, ghosting in, completely unmarked. That goal kind of came out of nothing. Well, if we lose, the complete opposite might happen then. Dean with the ball. Dean stands on there. He just stands there. Plays it forward to Oliver Skipp. Forward once again, not a great pass, and this is going to be 2-0 to Middlesbrough. Anderson makes a save. We are defending like Southampton at the moment. What is going on? Corner for Middlesbrough. Nkunku to take it. That's probably not how it's pronounced at all. Wood is there once again. It's hit one of their players, and Joe Sparrow can tackle and win a goal kick. Throw on for Cools to take. Tom Rogic gets the ball back. Cools now. Nkunku. Back to Rogic. Cools in the area, runs, goes for goal, puts his effort just wide of the post. So far, it is all Middlesbrough since the first highlight. And at half-time, it is going to be 1-0. It's not been a particularly exciting game of football. We are going to give them a nice angry team talk and do no other changes at half-time just yet. The problem we're having by the looks of it is our attackers aren't doing very good at all. Sousa and Williams are on a 6.2 and a 6.3 now. Joe Sparrow's picked up a knock. Thing is, he's one of our better players. Williams is coming off for Samuel Shishoa. Afonso Sousa off for Sean Longstaff. Jason McCarthy off for Charles Kwame. We're doing all of our subs on the hour mark because we're just not doing anything. Calls his throw to Rogic. Gets tackled, but Gezel gets the ball back. Tom Rogic once again. Gezel gets tackled by Reaney. Rogic keeps it in play. Gezel with now acres of space back to Cools. Middlesbrough just passing it around and making us look absolutely stupid. And it is 2-0 to Middlesbrough. Brendan Richmond with the goal. We deserve to lose this game. We are playing so badly. There is literally one player on the pitch, or 2 people on the pitch in our team who are higher than a 6.7. Corner taken, but it's cleared by Kwame back to the corner taker, and Nkunku runs into the area. Nobody's closing him down. He goes for goal. Anderson makes the save. Is that the whole highlight? Yes, it is. Great. Joe Sparrow's now gone and got himself injured. We can't do any more subs. So, Sparrow is just going to have to, stay on the pitch, I guess. I think after this match, some players are going to be getting a fine. Callum Gribben is certainly going to be one. Sousa might be one. Williams can't get fined. McCarthy might get fined. We are going to lose 2-0 to Middlesbrough, and it was just a shocking performance. The result I'm not too fussed with, but the way we lost, just losing without actually doing anything at all, that's just annoyed me. Right. We're doing extra training tomorrow, lads. Think you've all earned it. That defeat then drops us down to 6th place in the table. It's still early doors in the season, but we are starting to fall away from the top 2. Realistically, I want to get automatic promotion. It's unlikely going to happen, but that's probably the more realistic way to get promoted to the Premier League, isn't it? I think going through playoffs, we're going to come up against teams like a Middlesbrough, and we're going to perform like that and just get battered. Up next then, in 7 days, Derby County, our local rivals, will pay us a visit, and we really need to basically to put in a decent performance against Derby and actually get some points on the board. Okay, I've just found something that I've never seen before. Right, Omar Diallo, a player that I've loaned to Darmstadt. He's played against Bayern, I'm assuming in some form of cup competition because they're clearly in very different leagues. You got view highlights package here. I was expecting that to be the highlights package of the match. It isn't. It's Omar Diallo's highlights. So basically what you see is you'll see a lot of the times that Diallo gets the ball. Like straight at the match, he does this little pass over there. Then you'll watch him here. He'll come in with a lovely slide tackle and then foul David Alaba outside the area. But it's still something Diallo's doing. So far we haven't seen any goals. I don't know whether he's going to be involved. Diallo now taking a free kick in the centre circle. Plays it forward to a guy called Toma. Great. Probably end of the highlight. That's all there is. But yeah, this is a great little feature which I've never seen before. I'd love to be able to see this for just like clicking on a player and say, I want to see, no idea what's happened there, I want to see the highlights for, I don't know, Khalifa Diop in this particular match. I'd love to be able to see that. It might even exist. Match number 2 of the episode then. Local rivals Derby County are our opponents. It is 6th versus 8th. We really do need to pick up a victory here, because if we lose another match in a row, we could possibly drop down to 9th, depending on how results go. Lincoln, by the way, I think Lincoln got promoted last season. If they did, they are flying. They are absolutely flying. They've been promoted twice, and they're on their way to having a very good season in the Championship. Anyway, back to the Derby match. The starting lineup then to lead us out in front of a sellout crowd at the Pirelli Stadium. In goal is going to be Curtis Anderson. Charles Kwame, Dean, Pierre Elimbi and Melvin Bard will be the back four. Jonas David and Oliver Skipp will be the two midfielders, with Joe Sparrow, Callum Gribben, Alfonso Sousa and Neil Williams spearheading the attack. Somewhat similar formations then for Burton and Derby. Derby obviously playing slightly wider, which we used to play that back in the day. Unfortunately, it didn't really work. Harrison Reed is their right back. Why is he a right back? I don't know. He's actually also getting quite good at football. He is 28 years old now. One thing I have spotted with Derby is their goalkeeper is a new gen. Which, if their goalkeeper is a new gen, he is no more than 21 years old. He could be really, really good at 21 years old, or he could be really, really bad. I'm hoping it's the second one. We've got a highlight starting already. Kwame with the ball crosses in. It's cleared. I don't know whether this is going to be a proper highlight. Bard to Alfonso Sousa. Back to Jonas David. Joe Sparrow plays it across to Kwame. Has a bit of space to run into. Plays it back to David. Alfonso Sousa goes for goal. Bard is there. He's hit the bar and it is cleared. We are 40 seconds in and already we have hit the woodwork. 20 minutes in and the second highlight of the game begins. Dean is going to get there for us. Plays it across to Pierre Elimbi. Elimbi forward to David. Callum Gribben needs to do something. Finds Williams. Finds Skipp. Goes for goal. And Oliver Skipp has just scored a worldie. We are 1-0 up against Derby County. A 25-yard blockbuster, apparently, according to the commentary. 1-0 to the good against our local rivals. Let's keep it that way. Let's try and make it 2 or 3, shall we? Look at that for a finish. Keeper probably should have saved it. That goal has moved us up to 4th. 3rd now. No, not 3rd, 5th. We've gone to 5th. 5th, I'll take 5th. Final 5 minutes of the first half, and not a great deal's really happening, is it? There's been a plenty of shots, but nothing is actually taken place. Sousa's made 3 mistakes. I'm going to keep Sousa on for the moment. He's on a 6.5. We are kind of struggling for subs at the moment. I think Shoshoa is back. He was out injured for a little bit, but I think he's back on the bench now. We are at the hour mark, and I'm thinking it is time to do some subs. Sousa is going to be coming off. We are going to bring on Sam Reaney. Sam Reaney is a player who, last time you saw him, he was playing there as a Segundo Volante. Today, he's going to be playing there as an attacking midfielder. I don't know whether he's good at either. He's probably not. He's only 18 years old. We're going to give him a go. Do we do anything else as well? Probably not for the moment. 65 minutes on the clock. Bard's throw to Reaney. Back to Bard. runs inside, plays it back to Jonas David. It's not the best of passes. David needs to find one of our players. Joe Sparrow is the player. Kwame now. Can he cross it in? Holds up the ball, gets tackled, and Keita can now clear it upfield. Che Adams controls it. Great control as well. Long ball forward to Frankowski, who's one-on-one with the keeper. He's hit the bar, and Alimbi can clear it. Watmore's going to keep it in. No, he doesn't. That was very, very lucky. Kwame with a throw for Burton. Gribben with the ball now. Back to Kwame. Kwame needs to get round his man or find someone. Joe Sparrow, Callum Gribben, bit of space. Reaney goes for goal, and Sam Reaney's effort is over the bar. That would have been a great way to get your first goal. Pierre Alimbe with a free kick to Kwame. Joe Sparrow. Kwame needs to make a run. Gets it back. Sparrow once again. Kwame's making more movements. Gribben finds Kwame. Crosses in. Reaney is there. Reaney's hit the post. The keeper saved his second effort. Bard is going to probably keep that in. What happened there? That was so close. Reaney is getting so close to scoring. There is another goal in this game. My concern is it's going to come for the team wearing white. Final 10 minutes. Reaney's on a 6.5. I think that's probably a bit harsh. We're going to bring off Joe Sparrow. We're going to bring on Samuel Shishoa. Do we do anything else? Probably not. I mean, of all people to come off, it's probably Reaney should be the one coming off. Couple more minutes have passed. Mitch Clark is going to come on for Melvin Bard. Bard is a bit tired and he's just picked up a yellow card as well. Hopefully it's going to waste a little bit of time. We are over the 94 minutes and it looks like we are going to pick up 3 points at the Pirelli Stadium against Derby County. 6 shots, 1 on target for Derby, 23 and 9 for us. We should have won probably about 3-0. Sam Reaney probably should have scored about 2 goals. That 3 points then moves us back up into 4th place in the table. Middlesbrough are just 1 point ahead of us. They drew with Fulham, Burnley and Bristol City running away with it at the moment. Although Bristol did drop points against Fleetwood. What did Burnley do? Where are Burnley? Burnley beat Reading. They're literally underneath Bristol. So Burnley must have jumped over Bristol City then and taken top spot. I'm eyeing these 2 little green spots at the top. That's kind of what I'm going for. Right, next episode, we are going to go all the way until the end of December, where we're going to play Hull, and then we're also going to have the 1st of January, so we're also going to be playing Burnley, who currently sit top of the table. Whether they will still be there by that point, I don't know. We'll also have any transfers that are coming in. Currently, there are none decided. I'd love it, I'd absolutely love it if our chairman would actually go, here's a large sum of money, go spend it on what you want, because currently, we've got £164,000, and I'm £10,000 over my wage budget, so we should probably do that. I'm still over my wage budget, and now we've got 0 transfer budget to spend. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.